It is pitchers and catchers reporting week. It rolls off the tongue so easily. Welcome on in. We're at Maryville, the home of the Brewers. On this week's episode, Mike Farron, Sirius XM, their baseball channel. Mike's going to take us around the Cactus League, all the storylines, also the World Baseball Classic coming up. Jordan Spurgeon's going to show you the outdoors of Arizona, ATVing. Claudia Collins will show you where to hike when you get on out here, on the rocks. And Eliav Gabay has some food suggestions. Eliav Eats. As always, we're presented by the Scottsdale Princess, the Fairmont. That is the place to stay. The Fairmont Princess in Scottsdale. When you're making your way out here, not a better spot than the Fairmont Princess. Mike Farron has been with Sirius XM for a long time. You can find him on Sirius XM Baseball, College Channel, both channels. Mike Farron knows the Valley. Welcome.
Oh, it's great to be here, Brad. And, this is the best time of year, right? I always think that Phoenix is the baseball capital of the world. And as we start getting towards spring training, there is nothing truer between major league teams, college action, the WBC this year. This is the place that you want to be.
Okay, so when you first got here and Cactus League was starting to where it is now, 15 teams, Mike.
Yeah.
How does it strike you when it gets to be pitchers and catchers are here, teams are arriving, and how do you just navigate it? What's the buzz like for you?
Well, for us, living here, the first thing we notice is the traffic picks up, right? So that means that everybody's coming in. I think the biggest thing is just watching the difference between when I would come here as a kid to now. It's a much bigger deal. And I think it's great that so many people are planning their vacations, their time off around spring training. And that's something I dreamed of doing as a kid. You wanted to get out of the Midwest, to get out of the cold.
Yeah.
And so this was a great opportunity to do that. But I think buzz is the right word. You're talking about, 7 different venues or 8 different venues a day that have 10 to 15,000 people at it for every game. You end up on those perfect sunsplash days where you're at Salt River, you're here. This is one of, I think, the hidden gems in the Cactus League in Maryville, where there's not a bad seat. And you get in here and there's 10,000 people and you see people sunning themselves and enjoying it. And it's such a relaxed atmosphere because there's not the same intensity of every game mattering, that it's really fun. And you can let the kids run around, and they're never going to get very far because the ballparks aren't that big. So it's just having that energy in the park, having everybody excited about springtime, excited to be in the warm weather. I think that really helps create this.
Okay, this year we have the WBC here. Walk me through that from your view. Fans may not be aware of World Baseball Classic and the players that they're going to see in the countries.
Well, and this is a big deal because the World Baseball Classic is basically the World Cup for baseball. It expanded to 20 teams this year, and Phoenix is going to be the home for Pool C from March 11th to the 15th. And the teams that are involved in that are Team USA, Team Mexico, Team Canada, Colombia, and Great Britain. So in some cases, you're going to see incredible prospects like Harry Ford of the Mariners, young stars like Jazz Chisholm of the Marlins who are going to play for the UK team. And then for Team USA, you're just talking about an absolute all-star team. So Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, Mike Trout is the captain of the team. Clayton freaking Kershaw is going to pitch for Team USA here, right? Yeah. Arguably the greatest left-handed pitcher of all time is going to be a part of this event. It is intense competition in March, which you normally don't get in professional baseball. But these are some of the best players from all of these countries.
How about here at Milwaukee? What do you see for the Brewers here in spring?
Well, they have the best manager, I think, in baseball, in Craig Counsell, to start with. It's a really well-run organization that has arguably the top trio of starting pitchers in the National League, with Corbin Burns, a former Cy Young Award winner, Brandon Woodruff, and Freddie Peralta. And if Christian Yelich can bounce back a little bit, if some of their young outfield prospects can make a big play this spring, I'd keep an eye on Sal Frelick, who was their first rounder 2 years ago out of Boston College. This is a team that can run down the Cardinals in the National League Central. It's a really well-run organization. It's a really, really talented group. And listen, if you get a chance to see, Corbin Burns' first spring training start 2 years ago, the first 3 pitches he threw were 98 or 99 miles an hour. So if Corbin Burns is ready to go, you're going to see some serious stuff.
When you look at storylines that are of interest to you in the Cactus League this year, where would you go first?
Well, I think number one has to be the San Diego Padres. I think they're a team that continues to add star power, right? Well, we're talking they had just extended Yu Darvish for another 5 years. They signed Xander Bogaerts this winter. They'll have Fernando Tatis Jr. playing in spring training games while he finishes his PD suspension. They are one of the most exciting teams in baseball, and they're right here in the Valley. So that, to me, is one of the first places that I would look with Cactus League stories. Then, I mean, every team has them, right? Can the Guardians repeat what they did last year? Can the Dodgers, who really had a quiet winter, continue to hold on to that National League West and the top of the division? Can the Chicago White Sox bounce back? The Cubs made as many moves as anybody this winter. Is it enough to get them back into playoff contention? The Diamondbacks locally have a really exciting young team. What happens with that? It's your chance to see one of the best farm systems in baseball play a lot. And one of the great things about these Cactus League games is with the WBC, a number of regulars are gone to compete in that. So it's more chances if you are a total baseball dork like I am and you love prospects, like this is your opportunity to see that too.
Giving advice to the people that are coming in from out of town. So if they're staying here near Maryville or in this vicinity, and they need to get to, let's say, San Diego, they need to get over to Salt River Fields for the Diamondbacks, getting around and navigating if you're coming here to the Brewers, where would you stay? People are probably wondering, where should I stay?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're going to be centrally located here, I mean, you're in a great spot. You could either stay in Glendale, near where the Cardinal Stadium is. There's plenty of spots there, or you can stay downtown in Phoenix. And really, if you want to see a bunch of camps, I think staying downtown in Phoenix is the best. One of the great advantages that Arizona has over Florida spring training is that nothing is more than 45 minutes apart. Like if you were to go to Salt River Fields, which is the furthest in the Northeast, which is where the Rockies and Diamondbacks are, and go to Goodyear, which is where the Reds and the Guardians train, which is the furthest west, it's still only about 45 minutes. And the good news is the entire city's on a grid, so it's easy to get around, right?
There's avenues and there's streets and there's Central.
And you've got loops that can help to take you around that, the 101, the 202, the 303.
Thank you for the time.
Oh, my pleasure, Brad. It's great to see you.
Mike Farron, find him on Sirius XM. Still to come, the great outdoors of Arizona. Claudia Collins will show you where to hike on the rocks.
I feel like I could get down this way.
All right, try it.
Sus. Does it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's my angle.
Just the last bit.
I can catch you.
Jordan Spurgeon will take you out ATVing when you come out here for spring training.
So a videographer's worst nightmare when you're told drive through the mud, don't go super fast, because now you can see we're gonna stay muddy.
And Eliav eats, you've got to eat as well.
Let's go for it. Thank you.
Not too much.
No, not too much.
Of course, we're presented by the Scottsdale Princess. It is finally here. Pitchers and catchers reporting. Baseball season is here, the Cactus League on Valley Sports.
It's spring, so come for the games. Then extend your adventure in Arizona. Ready to go big? Find your fun today.
Bienvenidos.
Here in the heart of the American Southwest, you'll find 3 well-known restaurants all named Valle Luna, serving the finest Sonoran-style Mexican food known across the country and beyond. And we're open for business, so come on in. We've fired up the grill and iced down the refreshments and even added some specialties along the way.
Thanks for coming.
Hello. Greetings.
Welcome back.
No matter where you're from or how you say it, at Valle Luna, you're always welcome, and we're glad to have you back.
Discover more Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino.
Hi, folks. Here are your drinks.
Where having fun means racking up reward credits with the Caesars Rewards loyalty program. They can be redeemed for food, free play, hotel stays, and more. Not only here in the city of Maricopa, but also at more than 50 Caesars properties coast to coast. From Harrah's Las Vegas to Caesars Palace in Atlantic City. What are you waiting for? Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino, the official sponsor of Play.
Jordan Spurgeon here, and I'm here with Colton, who's a tour guide with Stellar Adventures, and we're getting ready to ride some UTVs, some ATVs. We're gonna have a fun time out here, and so you've been doing this for a long time, so you've seen a lot of people all over, pros, rookies, myself. I've never driven an ATV before. I've driven a UTV, but not an ATV before.
So I've been doing this for the last 20 years with my dad. He's been the general manager here. Honestly, we get everybody out here, like you said, from all varying styles of riding and different styles of knowledge. And honestly, my favorites are the rookies. We bring them out here and we teach them how to ride. We're going to cover about 20 to 25 miles in the next 2 hours, so I hope you're ready, buddy.
Yeah, let's go ahead and gear up.
Perfect. How you feeling, buddy? Ready to ride?
Feeling good. Let's do this.
All right, guys, welcome out to Stellar Adventures this afternoon. We're going to be doing a UTV tour. It's a 2-hour tour. We're going to be covering about 20 to 25 miles in the next 2 hours. Across this next adventure, we're going to have all natural, completely unmaintained trails.
All right.
Hop on in.
All right.
You got your seatbelt right over here, just so you know.
Even brings water for us.
There you go,
as long as I don't run him over, we get water. Run him over.
There you go, right?
That.
I've got lots more too, so you know, incentive, right?
Always ready.
How's the trail so far? Good?
So far, fun.
Awesome.
Having a good time. Boom. Definitely need water with all that dust. So a videographer's worst nightmare when you're told drive through the mud, don't go super fast, because now you can see we're gonna stay muddy. So when you see mud everywhere, sure Colton can advise this, don't go racing through it. Not the smartest, especially if you have a camera in your UTV. The shot was worth it. You guys saw the shot.
I'm dry. So we're good.
Colton's dry.
I'm dry, so we're good.
Let's get back on road. This view is stunning. Saguaro Lake, the Superstition Mountains, you really get everything on this tour. The vehicles are fun, the beauty in all of it in Arizona, you get to see a lot of it right here on this tour. This is what makes everything worth it. While we finished the tour, got a little muddy along the way, saw all the awesome scenery. Colton, you were great as a tour guide. You've told us many times now, this has been your life. And so when you guys do come here to Arizona for spring training, Stellar Adventures is the place. I don't know if you can request tour guides, but you might want to request Colton.
You definitely can, so I would appreciate the work. Thank you so very much.
Love it. Colton, thank you so much for the tour.
Pleasure
really
having you guys out. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see all you guys out soon.
We are back in Scottsdale for another round of Eats with Eliav. This time, we're in Culinary Gangster, and with me is the executive chef and owner, Ricky Roshillo. Ricky, thank you for hosting us, first of all. Now, when it comes to that name, Culinary Gangster, it's the first thing that stands out to me.
Right.
Where did it come from?
Everybody's always saying when they eat something in Chicago, that was gangster, that was gangster. So then I was laying around one day, I was watching Denzel Washington, American Gangster, and I just started talking and putting the two words together, and then it just started to stick, and then it kind of became like a nickname.
Let's start with the centerpiece. How about that?
Okay, those are our protein egg white granola pancakes. There's 4 pancakes, wheat, multigrain, honey pancakes, 6 egg whites, fruit, granola.
I'm gonna make it pretty for you, Chef.
There you go.
That's a big bite. That's a big bite right there.
It sure is.
Cheers.
It's like dessert.
But
you're getting all your protein
right
in more in one meal.
I was about to say, and surprisingly, to me at least, that egg and the pancake really complement each other.
Right, that, you wouldn't think that.
Well, you just mentioned Chicago.
Yeah.
That's where this all began.
That's where it started, yes.
You found success over there.
Correct.
And then you came here to relax.
Right.
Well, you thought you were going to relax.
I thought I was going to relax.
And now you're back working. You just couldn't stay away, huh?
No, I was pacing. I couldn't handle the downtime. I was sleeping out in my backyard by the pool, everything like that. I couldn't handle it. So the minute I signed the lease here, I slept like a baby. So it was like the opposite. I just cut this in half for us. You could hear the crunch. This is 8 ounces of prime beef. It's got jalapenos, pickles, fried onions, a very hot habanero spread, and then on the bottom it has a sweet chili ketchup to try to cool it off a little bit.
This is gonna be spicy.
It's
spicy.
definitely gonna be hot.
I'm ready.
Cheers.
Let's go for it.
Thank you.
Not too much.
No, not too much. It comes back though. Now you're starting to get the habanero.
Just as he said that.
Right? It's there. You think like, okay, and then it comes up. I got 2 chefs in the kitchen with me, and then my wife runs the front with our other front of the house girl, Yesenia, and everybody loves the food. We all eat the food and we believe in it. That's why I think it's feeding on to our customers.
Well, we hope you come down here for spring training and find your own favorites here at Culinary Gangster. But for Chef Ricky, I'm Eliav Gabay. Come down to Scottsdale and get yourself a bite.
Up next, Claudia Collins will show you where to hike on your days off or before or after the game on the rocks with Claudia.
The hiker's high is turned all the way up to 11 after climbing that last wall and then getting these epic panoramic views. If you're looking for a hike that's challenging, but you're gonna get this awesome reward at the top, this is the one.
And remember the place to stay when you come out here, the Scottsdale Princess Resort, conveniently located as you go to all the Cactus League stadiums. The Scottsdale Princess Resort, the people at the Fairmont are terrific. The Scottsdale Princess. We're back with more after this timeout.
Here you are in Arizona, where time is measured in moments, not minutes, and relaxation is an art form. At the intersection of utter serenity and total awe, where you feel fully present experiencing the past, and you meet your inner foodie for the first time, right at the center of the best time you've had in years. Visit a new state of mind in Arizona. Plan your trip at hereyouareaz.com.
Bienvenidos.
Here in the heart of the American Southwest, you'll find 3 well-known restaurants all named Valle Luna, serving the finest Sonoran-style Mexican food known across the country and beyond. And we're open for business, so come on in. We've fired up the grill and iced down the refreshments and even added some specialties along the way.
Thanks for coming.
Hello, greetings.
Welcome back.
No matter where you're from or how you say it, at Valle Luna, you're always welcome, and we're glad to have you back.
Visit us at Harrah's Chin Casino in the city of Maricopa, where you'll find play for all and friendly people ready to welcome you like family.
Welcome back, you two.
As the official sponsor of Play and the only casino in Arizona with Caesars Rewards, see what a difference it makes to play where your fun is our top priority. Harrah's Chin Casino. Play for all.
Hey everyone, welcome to On the Rocks. I'm your trail guide, Claudia Collins, and I'm taking you along for my adventures as I check hikes, waterfalls, and other outdoor activities off of my Arizona bucket list. Today we're hiking Flatiron via Siphon Draw Trail. This hike is possible thanks to Desert Financial Credit Union. This hike is 7 miles long with 2,650 feet of elevation gain, and it's rated difficult. Welcome to one of Arizona's most popular but most strenuous hikes. It's been a couple years since I've hiked Flatiron, but I'm really excited about it. I remember it's very tough, but very rewarding. So we're gonna head somewhere way up there. Let's go. To be exact, that's where we're going. There's always beautiful sights to see in the Superstitions. And on this particular morning, those sights included watching base jumpers diving off some of the tallest peaks. It was so cool to witness. The car park is a bit far from the base of the climb, but after about 20 minutes, you'll already be breaking a sweat and shedding layers. This is where hiking boots and really good tread come in handy. This is like the slick rock portion, so you really want that extra grab in your shoes. This part of the hike reminds me of a half pipe. It's just this big, slick bowl-shaped rock that's even more difficult to go down than up. This trail is notoriously difficult. You're climbing the entire time, but the terrain of that climb changes a ton. So be prepared to scramble, keep your balance, and even do a bit of bouldering. As far as mileage goes, we're over halfway there. As far as elevation goes, we got a ways to go. Here we have the singular flat portion of the climb. A good chance to catch your breath and take in the views because it doesn't last long. You'll spend a lot of your time finding your footing and the best route to climb your way up. No matter the day of the week though, there's always going to be lots of hikers conquering Flatiron alongside you. You may even come across Flatiron Jim. He's kind of famous on this hike because he's 91 years old and still climbs Flatiron several days per week. I'm struggling just once, but I love it. Here's a good glimpse of just how much elevation we've gained over the last hour and 45 minutes. But we're getting closer. We're just a few tough climbing sections away from the peak. And as you get to those final sections, it becomes a bit more challenging. Lots of hikers don't come prepared for this type of climb. You'll need to use your upper body a lot to pull yourself up. I'm telling you, I was sore for a couple days. Towards the end, you come across this 12-foot wall that you just need to climb and pull yourself up. We just climbed the wall, so the rest is a walk in the park. If a walk in the park had views like this. As I walked towards the peak, the adrenaline faded and the satisfaction set in. We've made it to one of the most famous peaks in all of Arizona. The hiker's high is turned all the way up to 11 after climbing that last wall and then getting these epic panoramic views. If you're looking for a hike that's challenging, but you're gonna get this awesome reward at the top, this is the one. Pro tip, bring lunch. There are so many amazing viewpoints to check out up here. Let me show you. Gold Canyon, Four Peaks, Red Mountain, and the city. After catching our breath, eating some lunch, and checking out the best views for about 30 minutes, it was time to head back down the mountain. The first challenge of descending comes pretty quickly too. Remember that 12-foot wall? Well, it's pretty difficult and apparently my route choices were discouraged. I feel like I could get down this way.
All right, try it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's my angle.
Just the last bit.
I can catch you. Okay, so yeah, I definitely went down a more difficult way, but it was way more fun if you ask me. This trailhead is accessed at the Lost Dutchman State Park. You'll have to pay a $10 entrance fee, but it's worth every penny for the achievement you feel when it's all said and done. I'm almost at the end, but this hike took about 5.5 hours, and I wouldn't take a minute of it back because it's so fun. I recorded a little over 6 miles and over 2,700 feet of elevation gain, and it's so much fun, so make sure to hike Siphon Draw to Flatiron. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time on the rocks.
One last reminder, make your plans to get out here. It's not too late. The Scottsdale Princess Resort, Fairmont Princess, that is the place to stay in Scottsdale, conveniently located wherever you're going to in the Cactus League. The Fairmont, that is the place to stay. And that's our show for this week. Thanks again for being with us. We'll see you again from spring training next week.
Discover more Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino.
Hi folks, here are your drinks.
Where having fun means racking up reward credits with the Caesars Rewards loyalty program that can be redeemed for food, free play, hotel stays, and more. Not only here in the city of Maricopa, but also at more than 50 Caesars properties coast to coast. From Harrah's Las Vegas to Caesars Palace in Atlantic City. What are you waiting for? Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino, the official sponsor of Play.
Bienvenidos.
Here in the heart of the American Southwest, you'll find 3 well-known restaurants all named Valle Luna, serving the finest Sonoran-style Mexican food known across the country and beyond. And we're open for business, so come on in. We've fired up the grill and iced down the refreshments and even added some specialties along the way.
Thanks for coming.
Hello, greetings.
Welcome back.
No matter where you're from or how you say it, at Valle Luna, you're always welcome, and we're glad to have you back.